I was down 5.5% just a few weeks back on my $10,000 account, and now we have made back 3.5%. We are now down around $200, and it's 30th of July, and I took three trades yesterday on 29th of July. I was not risking a full 1% on these trades. I was risking 0.5% because I thought there might be another entry or I might get another opportunity in the market. So I risked half, but I hit TP in both of the trades. Welcome to the sixth episode of our series Unprofitable to Profitable Trading, where I'm documenting my journey from being an unprofitable trader to a profitable trader, all of my wins, all of my losses, all of my problems. And today I will show you guys three trades that I took yesterday. Let's get into the video and I will see you guys on the chart. Hitting me on the charts. So I will just explain you guys what I was looking at when the market was about to open. We had a lot of stacked lows, a lot of liquidity on the higher time frames. And looking at the market open, we just took some minor liquidity out. We went back up into the M15 imbalance and I was ready to short out of there if we get any opportunity. So I'll just go ahead and show you guys what happens next. So I was ready to short if we just inverse this 1 minute imbalance, and as you all can see, we inversed it right here. So now the problem was my SL was too big over, but then I realized that we had created this 1 minute imbalance inside that leg. We can just keep our stop loss above the 1 minute imbalance because this 1 minute imbalance should ideally protect this high, because we have created this leg, we have created the imbalance, and it should be protected. And as soon as I entered, I realized that my targets were too big. I felt like the targets were unachievable. Why? Because we had the NY low right here, we had the London lows right here, and we had this minor 15-minute imbalance over here. And basically, I'm asking the market to take out the NY lows, take out the London lows, and go through the M15 imbalance which is created here to hit my targets. Now, that was highly unlikely, and I realized that after I entered the trade that I can wait for a little bit of retracement and then I can enter. So I waited for a few minutes. I sold the trade here for a small loss of $22. Now, after that, I realized that I should take the entry again because we have a little bit of premium prices, and if I enter right here, I can get an easy 1:1. I can get a little bit over 1 hour if I can just target the London lows. So I took the re-entry in the trade because now my targets were actually achievable. I entered the trade. We had a good reaction in the start, and the next candle just pumps up. And while I was watching the market, I panicked a little bit when I saw this candle. This candle almost went up, hit my SL, and in a single minute, it went up around 30 to 40 points and came back all the way down to my entry. It was a little bit scary at that moment, but then I told myself to trust the process because this imbalance was holding, and that was my initial analysis. And I just waited for the next 2 minutes, and boom, our targets were met. I took only 50% of my risk, which is $50 in this trade, because I was not 100% sure that I'll get the move. And I also wanted to give myself a little bit of space if we get a re entry in the same setup or any other setup later in the day. So that's why I just kept my stop loss at $50, which is 50% of my daily risk of 1%, and I made $69 in this trade, a little bit over 1 hour. So now we are done with two trades. I took another trade later in the day, which I will explain you guys in a minute. Now, later in the day at around 9:55 a.m. EST, I was so convinced that the markets are going all the way down to these lows. SPX was also in a great area. We had reacted very well on SPX, and we had multiple stacked lows and multiple equal lows below, and I didn't want to miss an opportunity if I get one. I went on the 5 minute chart. I just waited for a few minutes to see if we create any fair value gap or anything which can be inversed and we can enter another trade. So right here the market creates a small 3 minute imbalance which can be inversed and we can get a trade till the lows, and we just inverse that imbalance on the next candle, and this was looking like a perfect short opportunity right here. So I just entered the trade right here. My targets were right there for around 1.5 hour, and I'll just play the market for you guys. Two candles, which is 6 minutes. Around 6 minutes, we hit our TP. I exited around here. Reason being, SPX took all of the lows, and as soon as it took the lows, I was like, I need to get off my trades because the trade can just reverse if SPX reverses. So to be safe, because we had already achieved more than 1 hour, I usually target around 1 hour. If I'm getting anything above that, it's just a bonus. And I just got around 1.3 hour in this trade. I made $89. I didn't risk the full 1% in this trade too. I just risked whatever profit I made, around $60 to $70 that I made in the previous trade. So yeah, these were the three trades that I took. The first one was kind of like a minor mistake. I should have waited a bit before entering. That $22 loss could have been avoided. And then the two trades were actually kind of perfect. These were the perfect textbook trades that I could have taken because everything was just screaming shorts all over the place. SPX was too bearish. We were having too many bearish reactions, and both of the pairs were creating a lot of bearish imbalances, which is another sign of strength. So yeah, both like all of the three trades were taken. I will just show you guys the executions of the trade. These are the executions of the first and second trade, and this is the execution of the third trade right here. And this is the final PNL. This is how my day looks like. So we were trading on the $10,000 account. We are now down around 2% on that account. We were actually down 5.5%, and I've actually made 3.5% back. We are growing the account slowly and steadily, not rushing anything. And yeah, that will be it for today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.